Hello, peeps. It's the Hillbilly Arford. How are you today? I'm just doing this little short video here where somebody sent me an email about to ask if communists are banned from being allowed to be a government in the UK, and they are not. But if you don't want to listen to this, keep watching, and I talk about proscribed groups, which I found out by accident. So it means somebody in the Senate might be disqualified for being an MP if they're prescribing Palestinian action groups. So let's have a look at this first. Are communists allowed to be in government under the UK law? Yes, communists are legally allowed to be in government in the UK. There is no law that bans someone from holding political office based on their political ideology, including communism. Key points: freedom, belief and association is protected under the UK law, including the Human Rights Act 1998. Anyone can stand for election as long as they meet the legal criteria: age, citizenship, not disqualified due to bankruptcy or criminal offences. The Communist Party of Britain and left-wing parties are legal and have fielded candidates in elections. In history, some MPs and trade union leaders have openly supported Marxist or communist ideas, including the members of the groups like CPGB, Communist Party of Britain, or Labour Party members with strong socialist beliefs. However, being part of a banned or proscribed organisation, a terrorist group, for example, would make someone ineligible, and the Communist Party is not a proscribed group. So the person mentioned Halesbury's Laws of England, and I put in Hakebury's. So this is what it says about that. What is Hawkesbury's Laws of England? It's a comprehensive legal encyclopedia that sets out the current law of England and Wales, covering every legal topic from constitutional law to criminal law, property, family and employment law. It's written by expert legal professionals, often used by judges, lawyers, academics and legislators. It doesn't make the law, but explains and organises existing law, including statutes and case law. Does Halesbury's law say communists can't be government? No, there's no provision in Halesbury's laws or English law generally that bans communists from government just because of their beliefs, unless someone acts unlawfully, incites violence, joins a proscribed organisation, is disqualified. Example: certain criminal convictions, bankruptcy, corruption charges, or breaches or representation of the People's Act in the House of Commons Disqualifying Act. They can legally hold office whether they're communist, capitalist or otherwise. So then I go, so if an MP supports a proscribed organisation like a Palestinian action group, for example, they can be removed as an MP. Well, the reason I say this is because in the Senate the other day, they were actually encouraging Palestinian action group outside the Senate, and lots of AMs were involved in that. Even the Welsh leader wouldn't say they weren't supporting Palestinian action group, and that's a proscribed group now. So they are in trouble. So yes, if a UK MP supports or is a member of a proscribed organisation, including certain Palestinian or Islamic terror groups listed under the Terrorism Act 2000, they can face arrest, prosecution and removal from office. Here's how it works. What is a proscribed organisation? A group banned from the UK Home Office under the Terrorism Act 2000 includes groups like Hamas military wing, Hezbollah military wing, ISIS and others. Supporting, being a member of or promoting such a group is a criminal offence. What happens if an MP is involved with a proscribed group? If an MP publicly supports a proscribed group, example Hamas in its entirety since the UK banned the whole group in 2021, is found to be a member, fundraiser or recruiter for that group, encourages support or attendance at its events. Now that's what the Welsh Labour Party and Plaid did at the Senedd the other week. They encouraged and supported Palestinian Action Group, a proscribed group. So there should be consequences for that. Then they can be arrested and charged under the terrorism legislation. If convicted and sentenced to over 12 months in prison, they are automatically disqualified as an MP under the Representation of People's Act 1981. Even without conviction, Parliament and party leadership can suspend, expel or pressure resignation if national security is at risk. 3 recent examples. In 2021, the UK government fully proscribed Hamas, meaning even expressing support can be a crime. There have been investigations into certain MPs' associations with radical groups, though prosecution is rare unless there's hard evidence. So that would probably be Jeremy Corbyn they're trying, because he supports Hamas and things like that. So that's what they're probably talking about. But this is where Farage has got to be so careful. If he supports Tommy Robinson, for example, and he has got a proscribed group, it would ban him from being an MP. That's why you've got to be so careful in supporting these groups. You can't say it publicly these days as an MP. So that's why you can't support Tommy Robinson. It's that simple. So, but, as I said before, people in the Welsh Senate, them AMs, have been supporting Palestinian Action Group, and they've actually actively been encouraging support or attendance at its events or fundraisers or recruiters for that group. They done it outside the Senate last week. So it needs looking into, I think. So that's the end of that one today. All the best, Gaz.